Hi, in this video I want to walk you through the OneFootball NFT platform, which we built at OneFootball Labs in my team. And I was basically in charge of the engineering side of the whole platform. I hired and built the team, which built that product. It's quite an extensive product, so I've sliced it in a few different flows that you see here. We're gonna go flow by flow. I've introduced like a whole, FigJam file where we document flows using a Canva that I've developed myself, which I call the flow distributed application Canva. And each flow is documented this way. I'm not going to go into all of these details here. I'm just going to walk you through the flows one by one as a user. Right? So flow number one, the landing page and onboarding flow. So once I go to era.onefootball.com, I'm greeted by this landing page here where I can see a few components with some content. We have tried to build an extensive design system with many different components that the designers and the product managers can play with. And all of this is documented in Storybook and in Figma, and then there's a one-to-one mapping. So what you're looking at is here the collection page for Serie A. It's the landing page. I can show you also the onboarding flow on this about page where there's a bit more data. There is this nice onboarding stepper where I can sign up or log in. Here I will have to sign up with the Dapper wallet. The Dapper wallet is the wallet that we chose on the Flow blockchain. It allows you to log in using Google OAuth. And here you see that I just automatically went through all steps of the stepper because I'm not starting with a fresh user. My user has already activated the wallet, which is step 2, and then I also claimed my starter pack, which is our step 3. So that's it for flow number 1. If we look at flow number 2, that's our storefront drops. So this is the primary sales. This is when we buy NFTs from the platform. At the moment, there is no active drops on production, so this would require localhost and me going in the CMS to turn on a drop. But I want to show you the production website. But here's what we call a drops hub, so you can find all the past drops. You can browse them. They show up as expired here, but when the drop is live, you can click view details and you go to a particular drop. On those drops pages, we have a concept of filtering. We filter by collection. So here you have the drops related to Footballer's Journey. Here you have the drops related to Serie A. And this is how users are able to buy packs of NFTs from us. Flow number 3, the pack opening experience. This one I'm probably going to be able to show you from my wallet. If I go from my profile here, I'll go in the profile a bit more in detail later. If I go into my packs tab here, I have a few packs, old packs that I can open for you. So here I'll show you the opening animation for Strikers pack. So when I click open pack, I need to sign a wallet, the blockchain transactions with my wallet. So that's why you see this pop up here. I'm confirming that I want to open my pack. I'm signing the transaction. Once that happens, the transaction starts, and you see this nice toaster here and this nice waiting screen with this spinner that says retrieving the pack. The transaction is still not sealed on the blockchain. Blockchain transactions are always a bit slow. After a few seconds, the transaction actually seals. And then we're still retrieving the pack because we're actually waiting for blockchain events to be emitted, and we're listening to those events with a WebSocket here. And so we're waiting for those events to arrive to the front end. As soon as they do, the retrieving pack spinner will stop, and then we'll see a CTA show up. So that should arrive in a few seconds. Exactly here. The reason we do that is that we kind of preload everything, so to ensure the best experience. And so here, when I click open pack, I'm greeted with the opening sequence video, and here it appears that the video is not showing up, and these things happen, and it loads here, and CDN caching or something. So here you have the unpacking video. When it's finished loading, it reveals the free NFTs you had in your pack, and you can reveal them like this, and a small animation plays, and then you're able to see which NFT you had in your pack. Those pack reveal experiences, they're quite complicated on the front end. They require the art to be of a certain way so that it blends into the website, So it's hard to get right, and it's very front end heavy. And so right now it's in this phase. Once you've opened the pack and you see this, you can close the model by clicking the cross or pressing escape, and then those NFTs are in your profile under my collectibles. So here, if I go in my collectibles, I can browse my collectibles. I will come back to that, and you see the last three collectibles I've received are the ones that I just opened. So that was flow 3, the pack opening experience. Let's move to flow 4, browsing the collection. This is what we just started to do. So on my profile, I can see, my wallet, and I see which time I joined the platform. And then I have a few tabs. I've already shown you the my packs tab. I can show you the open packs tab, so I can go back in time and I can see all the previous packs that I've opened on mainnet. I can see here my marketplace activity. The marketplace is something that I will get into in a few seconds. And on the My Collectibles tab here, I can browse my collection. I have this top navigation here between the 3 collections that we have. And then I have a search experience with filters and with sorts. The filters, you can filter by different dimensions. So in the case of NFTs, you filter by rarity, you filter by football team, for example. For sorting, you can sort by recently added or by rarity, different things like that. The search is very snappy. So if I look for Bologna, I press enter, it just happened automatically, right? And I can show you also the filtering, which is quite snappy. So if I click on Epic, it instantly updates. This is much better than many search experiences on marketplaces out there, and this is because we're using a search index under the hood. And that's what gives you this really good experience. If you toggle between the collections, you can see the different collectibles for the different collections, and that's how you browse your collectibles. If I go to one of the collectibles that we just opened in one of the packs, I can click view details. I'm taken to the collectible detail page. And on that page, I'm able to see my NFT. I can see on the right side a lot of metadata around the NFT. The video starts playing. I can share it on Twitter. I can look at the legal license of that NFT. I can look at the different at the video, of course. There's also sounds here. I can also enlarge. I can close or escape. I can look at the different sides of the DVM, and this is how you browse your collection. Flow 5, the marketplace. So now here you see that we have a button called List Collectible. So once you browse your collectible, you can actually list it on the marketplace. Listing it on the marketplace will make it available to others for purchase. So the marketplace is also a very search-heavy experience here, where can toggle between our collections, and you can browse the collectibles in a very similar way than on the profile, but the difference is that you see here listing price. So again, if I look for Bologna, all the Bologna, I have 775 results for Bologna. I can filter by rarity and over criteria. So for example, the price range, I'm going to show you here. I'm going to reset the filters. And I'm going to show you how snappy this search is, and automatically just updates real time. Yeah, that makes for a very good experience. So here I only have 57 collectibles listed at more than $14K. And from there you can view and buy. So if I go to this collectible here, I'm seeing the same collectible detail page than before. But now I have the option to buy the collectible. And of course, I'm not going to do this here because this one is listed for too much money. But if you were to buy the collectible, you would initiate a blockchain transaction, buy the collectible, and then the collectible will land in your profile. All right. So another thing to note on the marketplace, it's a nice, it's a small Easter egg that was kind of required in our contract with the clubs, the Serie A clubs. If you filter for a given team, let's say Fiorentina, we customize the whole marketplace, and you see in the URL that it says Marketplace Fiorentina now, not just Marketplace. So we're in a dedicated marketplace for Fiorentina, and we are filtering the whole marketplace for Fiorentina and dynamically updating the search page. This is something that you can use on top of search indexes to really customize the experience, and it's a quite nice trick. It works as well for any of the clubs. So if I go to Juve, for example, you have this nice Juventus header, and you can browse only the Juventus moments. So that's it for Flow 5 marketplace. Flow 6 challenges. So challenges are one of our core pillars of the platform, where we are basically gamifying the collection, and we are releasing a lot of what we call challenges, which are basically tasks to complete. And we have designed a whole scalable way to do that using a CMS. And so here, for example, there's a feature challenge right now. I will come back to this. You can browse all the former challenges we have. We have a lot of them. A lot of them expire. So challenges are very short-lived things, and we have different types of challenges, and I'm not going to go into too much details because the product side of the concept is not, is a different topic. But here, if I go into view details, I can see what this challenge is about. So it's a lineup challenge. I'm supposed to collect these four moments, and I only have one out of the four. So I don't own these three here. Oh no, actually it's 2 out of 7. So I have 7, sorry. So I own 2 out of the 7. And if I were to, want to collect those, I would need to go to the marketplace here and collect the missing moments. If I do, I'm told here I have 3 days to do that. If I do, I have a reward that is explained here, and I can get, in this case, I can get a rare moment of Lewis Ferguson. And this is just, a way for us to, distribute some of the utility that we have in our contracts. So we have signed jerseys from players, we have match tickets, we have different things, and so we use challenges as a way to let user compete basically for those utilities. Flow 7, the builder page, this is more specific to the newest collection that we released, this Footballer's Journey collection. So here there's another landing page for that collection. You can see, by the way, the theming that applies collection by collection. So that collection is about players, it's not about Serie A. So it has like this special feel. If I go to the Snerge Gallery builder page, I'm taken to this experience here that resembles a comic book, where I'm able to add some collectibles from my profile to the comic book. And when I do, initially they are in the sepia tone, but once I'm happy with those collectibles, I can lock them into the book and I can claim a reward. So in this case, I'm not going to be able to claim the reward because I own only 4 out of 7 of the panels for this chapter. I would need to go to the marketplace and buy the missing panels. But if I'm happy with that, I can lock in the panels, and then I will unlock a reward, and the reward is actually the flow 8. So I will show you what the reward page for Varane looks like, because that's the only one that I have completed. French person after all. So if I go to the Varane page, sorry, not the builder page, sorry, the reward page. So if I go to my collectible rewards, I can go to Varane here. I go to the Varane reward page, and here I'm greeted with essentially a collectible detail page like before, but here I have the completed book with the left page and the right page, so you see the whole completed book for Varane, have the metadata around it, and most importantly, at the top here, I have the unique interview that we shot with Varane for this project, and here you can play it. Player. I'm gonna turn down the sound a little bit. The whole player is themed to the footballer's journey collection, and you can stream that video from JW Player essentially, and you can enjoy your unique player interview. The next flow that I want to show you, is the overflow. So yeah, there's a lot more things that I cannot show you in that kind of front-end driven way. There's a lot of more work that goes in the backend. The indexers that we have that replicate the blockchain data to the search index, for example, or for example, here I mentioned we have a table called user initialization status that contains the information about our users, like who has initialized which collection on their blockchain account, and so in order to get that information when the user logs in or signs up or initializes a new collection on the marketplace in the onboarding flow, we trigger like APIs, like backend APIs, like serverless endpoints that we write in the Next.js app, and those endpoints, insert some rows in the database and everything. This is not so visual, so I'm not going to go into too much details. But yeah, that's the platform essentially. And we power all of this with Next.js, with TypeSense search index, with Sanity CMS, with a custom design system that we built with Tailwind CSS and with our designers. And what else am I missing? And and we have Next.js, full stack Next.js, and we have Golang backend admin scripts and workers that also run. And we have a lot of also smart contract work in Cadence, the smart contract language from the Flow blockchain. That's it for this overview of the OneFootball NFT platform. Bye bye.